In this video, we're going to show you how to make a title block. Most professional drawings will have some type of title block with a company name and who drew it and just some revisions. So we're going to make us a new template that will have a new title block. Some of these files or AutoCAD has files that already have templates in them. So we're going to start with one of their templates, and then we're going to modify it. So we're going to go to File and New, and we're going to go here to open this file that says Sheet Sets. And in the Sheet Sets, it has some different templates that we're going to use. We're going to use the Manufacturing Imperial. That Imperial is just standard measurements as opposed to metric measurements. This manufacturing is what we're going to use because we're dealing with electrical drawings and we might do some hydraulic drawings, so we're going to do manufacturing template. So if you click on that, it gives you like a preview of the title block and the border. So we're just going to go ahead and open that, and then we're going to modify that. I already have one open here that I would like to show you what we're going to do. This is going to be our title block that we're going to put in there. We're going to modify this one to kind of look like this. We're going to keep these borders. We are going to modify them a little bit. I'm not sure why they have 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're going to rearrange those numbers a little bit. And we're going to put the A's and the B's around. So we're going to modify this a little bit. We're going to put our title blocks in here. And then we're going to save this as our template. So whenever we do our future drawings, we will use this template. So the first thing we need to do is we need to explode this. So this has already been made into a block. So you notice if any part of this that I touch, the whole thing lightens up. So I'm going to click on this and I'm just going to type in explode at the bottom and then hit enter. And then that will, and so now when I click on it, I get individual lines. First off, we're going to zoom in here a little bit so we can see what we're going to do. And we're going to zoom window. So we're going to click on this and we're going to delete some of this text that is out here. We don't particularly want that in our drawing. So we're going to delete some of that. And then we're going to pan over here and we're just going to delete this title block. So hit escape and we can just highlight the whole thing here and delete it. And again, if we go from top to bottom, it only selects the things that are entirely in there. So we're going to delete the whole thing here. And this is a box, a title box. We will make one of these later. For now, we're going to delete that. We're just going to clean this drawing up a little bit and get it ready for our new drawing. So again, we don't like this order of this, so we're going to double click on this. We're going to change this to A. I do want to use all caps, so just leave your cap lock on. So that will be A, this will be B, this will be C, and then this will be D. So now we'll just do the same thing on the other side. We'll click on these, change these, and I do want you to change the numbers up here. I'm going to let you do that, and then we'll go from there. Okay, now that you have your numbers changed and oriented correctly. So the purpose of these numbers across the top and letters across the side is for us to locate certain components as we're drawing in our drawing. So if we might have a resistor 1 and A1, we will know where that is located. If we might have something in B2, we know which coordinates that is in. So that's why we have the numbers across the top and the letters across the side, so we can orient our items in our drawing so we can find them. Okay, so now I want to start working on our actual title box. So and I'm going to zoom in over here. I'm going to go to the Windows Zoom and we're going to look at our box. that I want to create, and I didn't click on it. So we're going to zoom into our title box. And I want it to be 13 inches long. It's going to be 3 inches tall. And then each one of these lines is going to be half an inch up. This one's going to be an inch, and this is going to be an inch. And now this will be the name of the company. It's going to be the school's name for now. And then I want drawn by, that will be your name. Check by, that will be my name. I want you to put the date that you draw it. Our revision is going to be 1. Later on, we might do some revisions to some of our drawings. And we will change that as we go along. And if we do change it, we'll give a revision date. Now, the drawn date and the revision date will be the same date. And then we'll have a sheet number and a scale. And this is where we're actually going to put our drawing's title. And that would be like series circuit or parallel circuit or whatever the circuit we're doing. That will be where that title goes. So we're going to actually draw this. Now, once we get it drawn, we're going to make this a block. You notice that any part of this I touch is highlighted. So I made this a block. So we're going to do the same thing. And we're just going to do it out here in the middle of space for now. And then we'll move it into our drawing later. So we're just going to start by drawing a line. And you can just pick a point anywhere on your paper here. We're going to go over 13. So just type in 13. We're going to go up 3. And then we're going to go over another 13. And then that's going to make us a box. Now, before I complete this box, though, I want to give us some references for these lines here. So I'm going to first come down 1 inch, and then I'm going to do the 0.5. So I'm going to do 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, and one more 0.5, and that should get us back to where we started. And the reason I did the 0.5 is so that we could give us an end point, so we can keep our line straight across. So we'll just give a line, draw it all the way across till we get the X on the other side, and then we'll go ahead and complete our drawings here. This one is not going all the way across, so I'm going to drop down 1 and go across. I have to hit escape or our line keeps going. And this should not take too long to draw our box. Now we're going to do one more line. We're going to do a center line between this. So we're going to type in mid, so it'll come to the midpoint of our line and go down to the bottom of our line. And I'm just going to draw a construction line here for now, just so that we can get a midpoint for this line here. So I'm going to draw another line from the middle. We're going to do the middle of this line and go up to where it intersects that line. And that will be for this up here. And I'm going to delete this construction line so it won't get in our page. We also need a line here in the middle. This time we're just going to copy this one. So we're just going to type in copy. We're going to select our endpoint here and put it up there. So we have one more line to do, and that will be across here. So we'll just click on our line and add our line in here. And now we have all of our lines complete for our title box. Now we need to add some text. I would like for this text goes with the box. We will add our other text in later. So I would like for this text to be black. Whenever we add our text, we can change it and we'll put that in an actual text layer. But for right now, we're just going to keep this in our 0 layer for all of our things that we do. So we're just going to click on our text button. We're going to go to the top corner of each of these boxes. We're going to drag us a box down. And again, we're going to use all caps. And we're just going to put company name. And we're going to put a colon at the end of that name. We want this size of this to be 0.12 instead of 0.25 up here at the top. We want it to be 1.5. 1.577 is what we're actually looking for. So now I'm going to let you go ahead and add all of these in to all of these boxes. I want you to do the drawn by, the check by, and all these, put them in there put the West Kentucky Community Technical College in there, we're going to go to our text again. We're going to select the top corner, and we're going to make our box the end corner there. And then we're just going to type it in. See how fast I typed that in? So we need to make this a little bigger. So you have to highlight, we have to highlight the whole thing here. We're going to, instead of 0.25, we're going to make it it is 0.25. Sorry, we're going to make it 0.25. And we're going to come over here to justification, and we want it to be in the center. See how it drops it down to the center? And then I'm going to let you be a little creative with how you do the font of this one. I want the rest of them to be in Arial, but here you can make this look a little artistic if you would like, or you can be plain. I like this, where is it at? I like this Algean font just because it looks kind of cool. And again, you can put the different color you would like for these. You can use whatever color you choose for the name of your company. So this is kind of the way it's going to look. And it's not the same size as this one, but that's good enough for us. So once you have your box made, and this is, I have removed the dimension lines on this. They were just there to show us how to do it. And I'm going to delete this other one because that was our template. But what I want you to do first, before we move this, is I want you to make this a block, like we did with our resistor. So we're going to select the whole thing. We're going to come up here to create a block. I want you to call this title block, and then it'll ask you where you want to put it. Mine is not named, and I'm not going to do it. But we're going to select this bottom corner as our selection point so we can move it where we want it. So now that we have our block name, we're going to highlight it. I'm going to just move this. I'm going to move it from our bottom corner here, and I'm going to put it in our drawing on our bottom corner there. And that will be where our title block. Once we have our title block in our drawing with our border, and before we save this again, I would like for you to come up here and make you some layers. So we're going to create some new layers. And I want you to, because we don't have our layers in here before, remember how we did in the first one? I'm going to let you make these. I want you to do a construction layer, do a hidden line layer. I want you to put the text layer in there and use the colors that you had previously. So once you get all the layers in there, then we'll save it and make this our template. So we're going to come up here to File, Save As, and I want you just first to save it as a title block template. So you see how slow I type. That's why I pause it while I type. So we're just going to do a title block template, and we're going to hit save. Then we're going to do one more save as here, and this time we're going to do it as a DWT file. So just leave the name the same, click on the file down here, find the DWT template, and then that will put it in our template plates here. So when we start a new one, it will have this already in there for us. So we're just going to type in title block again. It makes you type it in again just because it likes to watch me type. I'm just going to type in title block this time because we know it is a template. And then I'm going to hit save. So whenever we open our new files, we will start with this, and we'll put our drawings in here, and that will help us organize our drawings a little better. Once you have completed your drawing and you have saved it as a template, I want you to download the DWG file into Blackboard for your assignment. Don't download the DWT file, only download the DWG file.